Fire in the hole! That's a fire in my pit barrel cooker, babies. Check it out. Stay tuned. Hello, friends and neighbors. While my pit barrel's coming up to temperature, let's prep this eye-round roast that I got sitting here. I'm gonna put some, of course, Sang stir-fry oil on them. Like we always do. We always love Sang stir-fry oil. We love the flavor of Sangs. I've trimmed a lot of the silver skin and fat off of him. It's not necessary to trim that much, but I just did. So I'm going to take some of this pit barrel beef and game rub that came with my pit barrel cooker, and I'm going to rub them down with that. It looks like a nice rub. I think everybody that's used it has liked it. People that have bought pit barrel cookers and gotten some of this beef and game rub have been happy with it. So I'm going to give it a try. It looks good, looks like a nice rub. It smells excellent. Going to get that on there. Get him rubbed down with that, even on the end, especially on the end. Yeah, it smells good. I can smell rosemary in it. It smells really good. Rub them down. Get them rubbed down with that. Pit barrel beef and game rub. Looks pretty good. In fact, looks good enough to eat already, doesn't it? But it's not ready yet. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make an au jus gravy to put on this meat. And what I got here is some onions that I've sliced up. I don't know if you can see that real well. I'm going to hit them with some Sang stir-fry oil. And I got some garlic in the pan, and I'm going to hit that with a little bit of this salt, pepper, and garlic mixture that I have. Just a little salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm going to get that on the grill too and get that cooking. And I'll show you what that looks like. Stay tuned. I'll show you what all that looks like on the grill. Alright, I've got my pit barrel cooker smoking, and I've got my eye-round roast right there, and I've got the onions and garlic in a pan with some Sangs. And we're just going to put the cover on that, let it cook a while, and then we'll come back and we'll make an au jus gravy with that, with those onions, and we're going to roast up that meat until he gets to about 130. Then we're going to pull them off there and wrap them, and I'll show you. We're going to make some sandwiches. I got a very special beer for today, so please stay tuned till the beer segment if you want to see me drink some legendary beer. Okay, that's we've got it started here. I'm going to put the cover on it and let it rock and roll for a little while, and I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like about halfway through, so stay tuned. Alright, that meat is up to about 100 degrees internal. We're going to flip him over, get some even cooking on him. Oh man, he's looking great. Get him flipped over here. And we're going to make this au jus gravy. So what we're going to do is, I've got some of this stuff. This is, they call this better than bouillon. What it is, it's beef demi-glace. And we're going to use this to make our au jus gravy. We're going to take about a teaspoon of this and put in there. It's a very concentrated beef flavoring stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Now, like I said, it's very concentrated beef flavoring. And then we're going to take some beef broth and dump in there. Got about half the pan full of that. Mix that demi-glace up with that beef broth. Looking good. It's very smoky. What did I expect? It's a smoker. We want to get that demi-glace dissolved in there and those onions. This is our au jus gravy that we're going to use to, I'm going to put the whole thing of beef broth in there. That demi-glace will give it that beefy flavor and make it rich and flavorful. I'm going to get that mixed up in there, and I'm going to put the cover on that and let that continue to cook. And when our beef gets up to 120 degrees, we're going to pull it and wrap it. So it's looking pretty good now. It's only got 20 more degrees to go. Then we'll pull it off there and wrap it. I'm going to cover that au jus gravy up, and then we'll get that puppy off there and slice them up and make some sandwiches. So stay tuned. My meat is done, it's wrapped and resting. And this is a little thing I like to call the drinking of the beer. And this beer is one that has eluded me for the longest time, but I finally got a hold of it. This is Bell's Hop Slam. It's the legendary Bell's Brewing Company Double India Pale Ale brewed with honey. I can't wait to pour this out and taste it. I've been wanting to have this beer for years, and every time I go to the beer store, they tell me, oh, you just missed it. It's our seasonal release and we sold all we had. Oh, it's beautiful. A beautiful pale yellow Double India Pale Ale. It's got a lot of head. Look at that. A lot of foam. A double IPA brewed with honey. Got a lot of carbonation. I can't say it's bottle conditioned because it comes in a can. Bell's Hop Slam. That's amazing. I'll tell you what. I can tell I'm going to like it. I already know I'm going to like it. I have never had it. I can't wait to take a sniff and quaff the froth off of this. Ah, it smells excellent. Beautiful. It's got a lot of head roll. I know you like them like that. I can almost, I don't want to spill it, but I'm trying to get the whole can in my glass. And I did it. I did it. I got the whole can of beer in my glass. Bell's Hop Slam. How's that look? I can't wait to taste this beer. Roll. Let's quaff the froth off it, baby. It lives up to the hype. It's excellent. It really hits you with the hop flavor. It's unreal. Double IPA, W India Pale Ale brewed with honey. Best enjoyed as fresh as possible. Well, yeah, you can't hardly buy it. I've been to the store hundreds of times. They tell me, oh, we just sold out. Oh, some guy came in here and bought all we had. It's always an excuse, but this time I managed to get a 6-pack of it. It's excellent. It lives up to the hype. How do you like that? Bell's Hop Slam. Let me slice up some of this meat, get some of this au jus gravy going, and we'll make a sandwich. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to slice up some of this beef. I'm going to slice it on a bias right here. Let's see how that looks. Oh man, that looks excellent. Looks beautiful. Look at that smoke ring. Wow. Let me get a few more pieces of that. I could have got Scruffy Slicer and sliced it real thin, but I decided to just try and cut some off with my knife and make a sandwich. It's looking beautiful. Looking beautiful. As I cut into it, I know it's going to be more rare towards the inside. But I just want to cut off a few slices. Looks great. Nice and juicy. I just want to get this French dip sandwich going. I got some ciabatta bread, and I'm gonna put some beef on that ciabatta bread. You know what? I gotta have some beef from the other end where it's more rare. It's too cooked for me right there. I gotta cut some of the other end. Cut some of this right here. There we go. This looks better. Maybe I can turn that around where you can see it. Ah, yeah. There we go. Slice some of that rare beef. Oh, look at the juice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rare beef, baby. Get a couple of slices of that going for my au jus sandwich. You want to get a good a bread to go with this because look at the juice coming out of there. You know, you want something that'll stand up to that juice, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be dipping it. It's got to stand up to the juice. So let me get some of that on my sandwich. Some of that nice rare beef. Won't that look good? Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Some of that nice rare beef on there. Maybe some of those onions. Some of those onions from that au jus gravy on top of that. And put the cover on it. And then we'll take it and dip it in the au jus and take a taste of that, baby. Oh, that's outstanding. I gotta tell you, I know I say this every time. What a beautiful sandwich. I should have took a picture of it before I bit it, huh? Maybe I can still do a beauty shot with it, turn it around like that. Anyway, it's excellent. I gotta tell you, cooking beef in the pit barrel cooker is the way to go. I'm gonna dump that beautiful au jus in my pan. I'm gonna put that sucker in my pan. I'm gonna take a picture of my sandwich, and this beer is amazing. Hop Slam. Excellent, excellent beer. Anyway, stay tuned to the end of the video to find out who won the Tango Spice from last week. Like I always say, come back next week. We may not cook anything good. Boy, this is some good beer. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. But I don't think anything can live up to this Hop Slam. It's excellent. It tastes great. I can't explain it. A double IPA. It's amazing. I'm so sad that I never got to drink this before. So anyway, come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. Subscribe to me, please. Annotations are going away, so there won't be any more annotations after that one. Check out the iCard. I will put a link to somebody's channel. I'm not sure who right now, but somebody will have a little circle up there with their channel name, and you can go check them out if you don't like me, or if you do like me. Doesn't matter. Anyway, come back next week. We might not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. And this Hop Slam has got me slammed. I want you to know that. Anyway, that's my au jus sandwich, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next week. Bye, babies.